Imagine a vast, impenetrable jungle. For centuries, explorers have told tales of a lost city hidden within its green depths. They hacked through vines with machetes, following faint trails and local legends, often finding nothing but more trees. The jungle, it seemed, was keeping its secrets close. For generations, this was the reality of archaeology. It was a slow, painstaking science, limited by the human eye and the strength of a shovel. But what if we could peel back that canopy as easily as turning a page? What if we had a magic lens that could make the Earth itself become transparent, revealing the ghostly outlines of forgotten metropolises? This isn't science fiction anymore. We are living in the golden age of a technological revolution in archaeology, where two powerful tools, LIDAR and satellite imagery, are acting as that magic lens, rewriting history books and uncovering hidden cities on a scale never before thought possible. Today, we're going on a digital expedition to see how these technologies work and explore the incredible discoveries they are making, from the jungles of Guatemala to the deserts of the Middle East. Traditional archaeology is a bit like trying to understand an entire movie by looking at a single, random frame. A team might spend decades excavating one temple, one tomb, or one neighborhood. It's incredible work, but it's inherently localized. How do you find the city that temple belonged to? How do you map the roads that connected it to other settlements? The Earth is vast, and signs of ancient habitation can be incredibly subtle. A slight variation in soil color, a barely perceptible mound rising from a flat plain. These are the clues archaeologists have relied on. In dense rainforests, these clues are completely invisible from the ground. A massive pyramid complex could be literally 100 yards away, and you would walk right past it, completely unaware. The problem was one of scale and perspective. We were ants trying to map a garden by walking across it. What we needed was a way to see the entire garden from above. This is where our first magic lens comes in. LIDAR, which stands for light detection and ranging. The principle is elegantly simple, but the results are breathtaking. A LIDAR system, usually mounted on a plane or a drone, fires millions of tiny laser pulses at the ground every second. Each pulse is a beam of light that travels down, hits something, a leaf, a branch, the ground, and bounces back to the sensor. By measuring the exact time it takes for each pulse to return, a computer can calculate a precise distance. Now here's the magic part. By firing so many pulses, many will slip through the gaps in the foliage and hit the solid ground below. The software then filters out the first returns, the ones that hit the treetops, and keeps only the last returns, the ones that hit the earth. What you're left with is a breathtakingly detailed, three-dimensional map of the ground surface, as if every single tree, every vine, every shrub has been digitally erased. It's like draining a lake to see the city at the bottom. Suddenly, the forest floor is knacked, and the past begins to speak. Every ancient road, every plaza, every irrigation canal, and every pyramid that has been swallowed by time is revealed in stunning clarity. It's not an exaggeration to say that LIDAR has done for archaeology what the telescope did for astronomy. It has given us a new way of seeing. One of the most stunning applications of LIDAR has been over the jungles of Cambodia, home to the Angkor Wat temple complex. For years, we knew Angkor Wat was magnificent, but we thought it was a large religious site, surrounded by a mostly empty ceremonial landscape. Then, archaeologists flew LIDAR over the area. The results were staggering. The data revealed a vast, low-density urban sprawl stretching for over 30 square miles, making Angkor the largest pre-industrial city on Earth by land area. The LIDAR maps showed a sophisticated grid of roads, canals, and neighborhoods, all organized around the famous temples. They discovered evidence of intricate water management systems, including massive reservoirs and channels that would have allowed the empire to control water for agriculture and to survive droughts. This discovery didn't just make the city bigger on a map. It fundamentally changed our understanding of the Khmer Empire's political and economic power. It showed us a thriving, complex metropolis, a feat of engineering that rivaled anything in the medieval world. And it was all there, hidden just beneath a blanket of trees, invisible to every explorer who had ever stood on the ground, waiting for a laser pulse from the sky to bring it back to life. If the Angkor discovery was staggering, the LIDAR revelations in the Guatemalan jungle were earth-shattering. In 2018, a massive LIDAR survey covered over 800 square miles of the Petén rainforest. Archaeologists expected to find some new settlements, but what the data revealed was beyond anyone's wildest dreams. The landscape was not just dotted with a few isolated city-states, as previously believed. Instead, the LIDAR showed a continuous, interconnected network of cities, towns, villages, and farmlands. It revealed over 60,000 previously unknown structures: houses, palaces, defensive walls, and raised causeways that acted ancient highways through the swampy ground. The scale was immense. This was a vast, sprawling civilization of millions of people, a true megalopolis that transformed our understanding of Maya population size, agriculture, and warfare. The image of the solitary Maya city, mysterious and alone in the jungle, was gone forever. In its place was a picture of a dynamic, sophisticated, and densely populated society, a civilization whose true scale had been literally hidden in plain sight for 1,000 years. While LIDAR peers through forests, our second magic lens operates from even higher up, from space. Satellite archaeology doesn't usually see through things, but it sees things we can't. Satellites equipped with multispectral and hyperspectral sensors can detect light far beyond the narrow range visible to the human eye. They can see in infrared and other wavelengths. Why does this matter? Because human activity leaves a lasting mark on the Earth, a kind of ghost signature. Ancient buried walls, roads, and pits affect soil moisture and vegetation growth. Plants growing over a shallow, stone-lined tomb will be slightly stunted compared to plants growing in deeper soil nearby. Their chlorophyll content will be different. To our eyes, it's a uniform field of green, but to a satellite sensor, reading in infrared, the outline of that tomb will glow like a neon sign. This technique allows archaeologists to scan entire landscapes, even deserts and plains, to pinpoint promising sites for excavation. It's like having an X-ray vision for historical landscapes, revealing patterns and features that are completely invisible from the ground. The power of satellite imagery is perfectly illustrated in Egypt. The Nile Delta is a vast, fertile, and heavily populated area. The very silt that preserved sites in the desert has buried ancient cities under meters of mud, making them incredibly difficult to locate. For decades, the location of the city of Tanis, famous from the Indiana Jones films, was known, but its full extent was a mystery. More elusive was Ichtawi, the capital of Egypt during its powerful Middle Kingdom period. Its location was completely lost. Using satellite imagery, archaeologist Sarah Parkak and her team analyzed infrared photos of the delta. They identified the telltale chemical signatures of mud brick, the primary building material of ancient Egypt, which is denser than the surrounding soil. On their screens, The ghostly footprints of streets, houses, and temples began to emerge from the farmland. This space archaeology allowed them to map the immense city of Tanis in incredible detail and, even more thrillingly, to identify a massive, previously unknown site that is the prime candidate for the lost city of Ichtawi. This isn't just about finding cool old stuff. It's about locating the very heartbeats of forgotten empires, the administrative centers from which pharaohs ruled for centuries. With such great power, of course, comes great responsibility. These technologies are not just tools for discovery, they are also vital for protection. Looters and illegal construction pose constant threats to archaeological sites. Satellite imagery can monitor remote sites for signs of looting pits or encroaching development, providing a crucial early warning system. The marriage of archaeology and technology is a partnership that is profoundly deepening our connection to the human story. LIDAR and satellites have not replaced the archaeologist with a trowel. They have given them a smarter, more powerful way to ask questions. They have transformed the search for the past from a slow, speculative stroll into a targeted, grand-scale investigation. We are no longer just scratching the surface. We are reading the entire book of the landscape. Every laser scan, every satellite pass, adds new lines to that book, revealing a past that was far more complex, interconnected, and populous than we ever imagined. The Earth is still whispering its secrets, but now, for the first time, we have the tools to truly listen. The golden age of discovery is not behind us. It's happening right now, in the data streams flowing from orbit and from aircraft soaring over forgotten jungles. The next lost city is out there, waiting for its story to be told. If you're finding these insights valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel. By hitting that subscribe button, you're not just supporting this work, you're ensuring you don't miss our future videos, where we'll continue to break down complex topics into clear, actionable ideas. Your subscription is the best way to build a library of knowledge together.